Yo, what's up, and welcome back to our episode of Mount Spring Outdoors. Today I am doing, basically I am showing you bass stuff, like to the core. From tubes to top waters. I'm even going to show you maybe a few rods. Also got line, too, that I'm going to show you. Just the whole rundown of bass gear. So, let's do it. Okay, guys, so first up, oopsie, wrong box. You're going to need hooks. Now, I suppose that there are ways that you could catch a bass under a bobber and worm, but I'm not talking about that kind of hook. I'm talking about Texas hooks. Straight shank hooks. That sort of thing. The one that I have is the Mustad Bass Hook Kit. I love this thing. I put it in this little box here because I need to keep it safe. But anyway, that gives you hooks for your Texas rigs, your wacky rigs, your normal rigs, Carolina rigs, just like a drop shot rig, whatever rig you might be doing. And so, as far as hooks go, probably gonna be wondering, like, okay, so I got hooks, now what do I need? Okay, so I highly recommend the Bass Pro Shops Tournament Series Fishing Kit. You guys saw me unbox this. But anyway, I mean, check that out. That comes with everything you need for, like, you can show you guys. You can Texas wacky rig. You could do a drop shot rig. I don't know if you could. You might be able to Texas rig this. Highly recommend Texas rigging this. You could drop shot rig this. I mean, it's just got everything. And basically what it is it's like the best soft plastic baits from Bass Pro Shops. So highly recommend getting that. Also, as far as soft things go, get the Drop Shot Power Boss Minnow by Berkley Power Bait. These things rock. Bass love them. I recommend them for a spot where there's like little baby trout that the bass are gonna be munching on, because they look like little baby trout. So if the bass are eating little baby trout, those might work. So I love those. Then don't forget to pick yourself up some Berkley Gulp worms. I guess you could just or it even tells you on the back, you could do a Texas rig on these, a drop shot, a Carolina, or just like a normal rig, darter head, whatever. But I love these things for fishing. They've got all that juice in them. It's nice and squishy. So I like that. I've got the Nightcrawler Pumpkin Seed color. And Jumbo Leech Black, which is a little bit bigger than that other one. And then craws. I love these craws. Don't know where I got them in a mystery tackle box. Oh, I might need to switch these over to a better tackle box. Anyway, they're still in pretty good shape. Pretty good. So yeah, love those. They're just like, I've caught several bass on and say I've only used one. Like, I took it on a trip, I never got hung up once, but caught tons of bass on it. They're just little black and blue craws. Love them. Wherever you can find them, about that size. And then this is kind of I don't know if many of you have heard this brand, but it's called Wave. They make these little, I don't want to even open the package. I got this in a mystery tackle box. I don't know much about it, but it looks really good. Really good. So I'm excited to try it out this summer. Hopefully. So yeah. Okay guys, now I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about line. Because probably like, so if you've watched like the pro bass fishermen, they use like 30-pound stealth braid for bass, which I think is completely unnecessary. Completely. When I am bass fishing, my absolute favorite line for top waters, drop shot rigs, just every single kind of fishing is Stran Original 14-pound test monofilament. This is like my favorite bass line in the whole world. Or you could get some Spiderwire Ez Mono. I really like the stuff. This is 8-pound test also. So those are like my two favorite bass lines. You could, but I wouldn't recommend going probably smaller than 8. I wouldn't recommend going more than 20 pounds. I kind of understand like maybe doing like 15-pound braid if you're fishing in kind of a snaggy spot with a like top water where you're gonna need to kind of like yank it out of there a little bit. But I don't think that there's, in my opinion, of course, I mean there could be a reason for that chunky old 30-pound braid, you know. Another thing is, so monofilament, it's tough. It kind of floats, kind of doesn't. If you lay it gently across the top of the water, then it will stay there. But if you don't lay it gently across the top of the water, but it's like that line that you can use for top waters, but you can also use it for catfishing. I love it. You see a lot of guys saying that braid is ultimate for top waters, and I get that, you know, braid floats and stuff, but I've used the weeny teeniest, like a little top water, like this. I fished it with 14-pound braid and been just fine. Didn't affect the action at all. So yeah. Line is important. Okay guys, now we're going to move to tubes. And I'm not going to spend too much time on tubes because I just recently released a video on tubes. But what I am going to say is that tubes, I love tubes. I mean, if I was going to like a place and I was fishing for bass, like most places I go to fish for like for big chunk smallmouth, I would much rather do a tube than a worm. You know, like some places are different, so of course, you know, there's that. But so when you're getting tubes, look, do a little research. Are the spot that you're going to, do they eat shad? Get a shad color. Do they bluegill? Get maybe like a light blue with a little bit of green color, you know? Do they eat pumpkin seed? Get a pumpkin seed color. I mean, like, this is obvious stuff, guys. It's not that hard. But anyway, where you can find all those colors in the, so like, I feel like the perfect size is 3.5 inches, but you might go smaller or bigger depending on whatever. But it's the Bass Pro Tournament Series worm. I showed this in a video a while ago. I think I did. I don't know. But another brand is Dry Creek. Bass Pro Shops and Dry Creek are my favorite brands. Problem is I sometimes have a hard time finding Dry Creek worms or tubes, so I just have to go with the Bass Pro Shops, which I'm fine with. It's perfectly okay. If you're getting the Bass Pro Shops Tournament Series Tinder Tubes, get the Bass Pro Shops Tinder Tube X XP, there might be an S on the end of that, I don't know. XP Tinder tube jig heads. Don't get the regular ones, they don't fit as well. Just a little tip. So yeah. Like I said, not much time. Oh, one last tube is the Magnum flipping tube. That's more for like, are you going fishing for like fish that you know are 5 pounds and bigger? And maybe a little bit more of a largemouth thing, you know? I mean, pretty chunky equipment. Okay, guys, now let's move on to top waters. Probably out of all the bass stuff, I am most experienced in top waters. Because as you guys know, I do a lot of topwater bass fishing. Just kind of the, I don't know, just kind of the habitat that I grew up bass fishing in was that. So, that's very, like, I hold topwater bass fishing near and dear to my heart. And I will never go bass fishing without a topwater. Even if I'm going with, like, Kevin Van Dam and he says the topwaters don't work there. Okay. So first, for my topwater selection is the Rapala G7. I've mentioned this before in past videos, but I don't think I've mentioned it in quite a while. Rapala G7. Light Fire Tiger pattern, and then there's a dark Fire Tiger pattern. I like the light just a little bit better than the dark Fire Tiger pattern. I don't know. Seems to just work a little bit better. One part is make sure that they stay clean. As you can see, this one has a little bit of dirt on it. And always make sure that your hooks are razor sharp. What you don't want to happen is, like, maybe your hook gets dull and you miss a fish. I don't know things. Always make sure that you have sharp hooks and maybe get like a hook sharpening stone. I know that's a thing. So yeah, it is. Another one. Wrong box. Another one of my favorites is, oh, here we go. The Rebel Crick Hop. I love this thing. I have caught bass and trout alike on it. I mean, so if you're going to a lake and you bring 2 topwaters, make it those. So you'll notice that a lot of the topwaters I show you look more like frogs and grasshoppers than like shad and bluegill. And that is because the pond dry fish, that is what they eat. They don't eat shad and bluegill because shad and bluegill aren't there. Which, you know, seems obvious. This is the Googan Squad Eat Me Frog. Mentioned that before. It's a little big for the bass that I fish for, but probably in some places, I bet where there's like big frogs, that would smash them. Like, I've seen people catch multiple 5-pound bass on those. I also like the Whopper. No, not the Whopper Plopper. I can't remember this one's name. But anyway, just kind of looks like that. It's a dandy little frog. And you'll notice instead of ribbons like most, it's got those actual legs. Which, I don't know if that affects much. I got it for Christmas, so we'll see. And then, ouch. Stabbed myself with the stupid hook. Well, we know these hooks are sharp. It's just another little frog. I actually did a sweet video where I mentioned all my frogs and who they're made by. Let's go and check that out. It's like 3 hard topwaters and 3 best hard topwaters and 3 best soft topwaters or something like that. So yeah, I don't actually own much as far as an arsenal of topwaters go, but I've watched a lot of videos, and I hope to purchase some more here soon. But the only reason I haven't purchased more is because the ones I have, I found, like, work great. Like, I haven't found a need to really purchase any more because it's like, whoa. you know? So, again, Rapala G7. That is my absolute fave topwater in Fire Tiger pattern. And I have it in this little Shoe Dog Trout pattern. So, you know, it comes in, it's got variety to it, which is an important thing. Okay, one last thing as far as, well, not one last thing. There might be a few more things. I don't know. Whatever. So, I don't get to do much bass jig fishing around here because there isn't much bass jig fishing habitat, but I have two. A little Strike King and, what is this one? I think this might actually just be like a Bass Pro Shops special. But anyway, you know, I like that black and blue pattern, as you can tell. Because the little fishing I have gotten to do with it, I love. So I guess I will move right over to lures. Or not, we have been on lures. Spinners. I don't do much bass spinner fishing. But when I do, I like Blue Foxes, size 4-1. Or quite possibly, I don't really use rooster tails. You know, I mean, you might catch them on it, but it's not the best. Spoons are okay, like big spoons maybe. Oh, Panther Martins. Panther Martins work real good for bass and trout. Black Panther Martins, I don't know. They look like just a regular, another spinner, but they are something special. So, that one and Blue Fox. Favorites of Moz. Now, guys, just real quick, to finish up this episode, I'm going to show you one or two of my favorite bass rods. Dun, 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 dun. This is D1. This is the Reaper Fish rod. I love this shoe baby. I mean, it is shoe sauce. It's 6.5 feet, medium. It's pretty good. Handle's pretty good, sorry. It's made by Ardent. It's the Reaper Fish. It looks cool too. It's got not a super big butt, but like it's like my favorite size for bass fishing. It's got nice sturdy eyelets. It's got enough backbone to where it can handle big fish, but it's got enough of a tip on it to where, you know, it still plays fun with smaller fish. And sometimes I'll use it for bullheads, but it is a bass killing machine. This thing is a bass slayer. Highly recommend it. It's like maybe $50, I think. Another one. It's just a Shakespeare. I don't even know which one this is. I have legit no clue which one this is. It's just a good bass rod. Okay, guys, the next rod is the Zebco Authentic 33 Authentic Series. I think this was like a $30 rod. It's definitely proven its worth. This is a great tube rod. So, like I was saying, if you're fishing for tubes, recommend this. Buy it now, okay? And that poor abused pole has had so many different reels on it. I don't even know which one goes good on it. That's the thing. The reel on it was trash. And the pole's just amazing. I just haven't been able to find a good reel for it. So, if any of you guys know of good reels, let me know if they allow comments. And yeah, so then I just have like the Zebco Slingshot, the Coonan. You guys know all those, which are kind of bass and trout rods. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Mountain Spwing Outdoors. If you like me like running through all my gear for a certain fish, let me know, and I will try to do more of it. So, subscribe, or you don't want to know what's gonna happen.